And we are finding that that is certainly difficult with what we're seeing as the terms that are popping up: labor exodus, the mass resignation.
The
I
great
think,
resignation.
yeah, somebody, it wasn't the great migration. They were trying to make a spoof on it. It's like the great resignation. I'm like, oh my. No,
Yeah,
it's happening. We're in the
for
midst.
sure.
People cannot find people, and just like what you just mentioned with all the characteristics that go into what we're trying to see with somebody, like, were they beat down? Were we not nurturing their talent in the right way? Those things, but now have did we get swallowed up by that tide? Because now, with the way the workforce is, how in this mass resignation, how do we navigate it from here? There's a trust that has been
Mm-hmm.
broken that I'm starting to see with the data in regard to what Department of Labor is showing with the decrease of unemployment, but also nobody's going back to work. We got 8 million people. They're
Mm-hmm.
not that who aren't claiming, but they're not going back to work. So it's like, I mean, we got a mass resignation of females who are going
Mm-hmm.
back to the home to take care of the kids because they found out they could do the same with doing less work as far as working double. And it's so we see all these things that are happening, and I can't help but think that it goes back to what you said. Is like, have they been beat down? What is happening? And you getting into the critical thinking as to what and where HR is going.
Oh, well, thank you. I would say that it's not, first of all, I don't believe there's a labor shortage. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. I don't believe there's a quote unquote labor shortage. I
Can we
think there's
pause?
maybe, yeah.
Can we please say it again? I'll say it together with you. Ready?
Yeah.
One, two, three. There is
There is
not
no
labor
labor shortage.
shortage. There is no labor shortage.
No, I think what's happened, in my opinion, and I think there's some research out there that supports it, is that we're just doing a big reevaluation
Mm-hmm.
of the importance of work in our lives and the importance of a particular role in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And do we want to keep doing that? The one thing that happened early on in the pandemic, I think, was a massive shift in how we manage people from a command and control butts and seats mode to, oh my gosh, they're going to have to work from home, or oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, we're going to have to change the manufacturing floor, we're going to have to change the retail floor, we're going to have to go more to online sales rather than, like, all of those things. And that great management shift, and I don't mean great and good, I mean like just a massive shift in how we manage people, resulted in a stunning realization from all kinds of employees of, is this really what I want to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
And for some, in large part women, do I really want to be in a Zoom call while my eight-year old is learning math?
Mm-hmm.
No. Do I
Mm-hmm.
really want to be, out where I could get really sick and I have a sick parent at home?
Mm-hmm.
No. And I think there's a lot of that reprioritization and that realization, and my favorite term, navel gazing, as, is this really what I want to be doing? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where we are. Those employers who, one, don't pay well to make it worth it for employees, who are saying everyone must come back to the office.
Yeah, they'll
I
be the
think,
first to fold. That just
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
they'll be they'll have long-term repercussions for those
Right.
kinds of decisions.
Right.
And
Still
those
paying 10
employers,
an hour. No,
yeah,
yeah, no flexibility. Okay. Yeah.
yep, no, you're out of here at that
Mm-hmm.
point in time. And I think that they're going to really suffer. They
Mm-hmm.
might pretend or feel a labor shortage, but it's because how they treated their people.
Right.
And the idea that I was supposed to have a grand self reimagining of improvement to my resume so that you can now use those skills, I don't think that happened. I
No.
think what happened was a reprioritization of what I, as the employee, want out of my job.
Right.
So,
And it's becoming difficult because employers are scrambling.
mm-hmm.
They are scrambling. And I I was worried because you and I touched base this last fall, and I just connected because I was just like, oh my God, she's an advocate, and I always love the shit you put out on LinkedIn. It's HR disruptive, but in the sense that it's not. It doesn't lose the value of anything. It's not shouting. It's not screaming. It is actual texture to what we should be focusing on and where HR is going. So
Sometimes,
you're a
yeah.
trends you're to me you're the trendsetter and also the forecaster. So I'm like follow Kate.
Yeah. Sometimes my texture is more sandpaper than it is bunny foot, but
Well,
yeah.
sandpaper is meant to be what smooths it out.
Right.
So
Theoretically,
it's
yes.
got a purpose.